My name is Ty Smith, and I cover the northeast part of 75, the northern part of 751, and the western part of 77. So we'll talk about hunting elk first. Elk, usually, for the most part, they're up in the Weminuche wilderness. There are some small residential herds in some of the lower Forest Service country, but they're pretty nocturnal. So if you're looking to hunt elk, you want to plan on getting into the Weminuche. To be successful, you've really got to plan on an overnight trip in the mountains. That being said, you also have to have a way to get your animal back out once you kill it, because the weather usually is pretty warm. But the elk will usually be near timberline. We do have a lot of beetle kill up in the Weminuche right now, so the elk kind of hang out in the beetle kill, and if you get up in there and see it, you'll understand why. The grass is really tall and lush within that beetle kill right now, so it does make hunting a little harder. You can pack in 8 or 10 miles into the Weminuche, and then you're still going to have to plan on climbing, from your campsite, 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet. It's a pretty rigorous hunt, so you want to be in shape. Common access points for getting into the upper end of the Weminuche. You can come from Rio Grande Reservoir, which you actually hike part of your way through Unit 76. So if you have the over-the-counter bull tag, wait till you get over the divide before you hunt. And also Poison Park near Williams Creek Reservoir is a pretty common access point. Coming up, you can come up the Pine River also, and Vallecito trailheads. It's probably a little further getting into the elk, but it's also a little easier too. It's flatter coming in. So that's pretty much where the elk will be for those archery muzzleloader hunts. As we move into first rifle, it's really weather dependent. If we get some snow before first rifle, it can push them down into that 9,000 foot range, 10,000 foot. Otherwise, the elk will pretty much be where they were during the muzzleloader seasons and archery seasons. And that holds true, I guess, for all the rifle seasons. If we don't have any weather, we've had years where those elk, they don't come down. So it makes the rifle seasons pretty tough. But if we get good weather, we had good weather this last year. It's got some good storms before first rifle season, and we had a pretty good harvest. Those elk will usually come out a couple different ways. As they migrate out, they'll kind of roll through the East Creek drainages and then First Fork and out on the Baldy, or they'll come down the other side of Vallecito Creek, kind of across Enlick Mesa, low, and then out towards some of the country south of there. So that's pretty much it for elk. For deer are going to be spread out. We got some good, there's not like timberline hunting. You don't want to, just concentrate on going above timberline. I rarely see a lot of deer, bucks, particularly big bucks above timberline in this unit. But I mean, it happens, but it's not common. Middle mountain can be pretty decent for deer, but it does get a lot of pressure. So there'll be usually some decent bucks up there, but there's also a lot of guys chasing them. And it's pretty good road access up there as well. And then as we progress into the seasons, like second rifle season, hunting deer, they're everywhere. I mean, you'll have deer near timberline, you'll have deer starting to move out on the winter range. So it's really hard to predict where they're going to be. Usually by third rifle season, they've mostly moved down onto their winter range, so they're pretty much south of Highway 160. There will still be some decent deer, in 751 up Beaver Meadows Road, and also the 77, the lower end of that first notch country in that. So a guy can check those if he's striking out further south.